Warning! I called that shit.
Okay, what shit are you calling? Are you calling it a name? Is it George?
I don't know what shit it is, but he called it.
Where did that go? What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for the Vampire Diaries, Season 7, Episode 21, Requiem for a Dream. I'm your host, Dom. With me is Mike.
Fixing his camera.
I don't know, he's muted.
I think I'm
Nikki
muted.
and Kim.
Hi.
Hi!
How's it
As
going?
I said hi, I was very low for some reason.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what'd you guys think of this episode?
You did call it.
I did.
I don't exactly remember what you were calling.
How
The
they're
way
gonna
to
use
save
the-
Bonnie was in the armory.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I think we all knew this.
I don't think
mean-
any of us disagree.
No,
with you.
No.
I'm not saying you did.
No. But I mean, it's really, this season's been kind of predictable.
I'm very excited for them opening the armory, though.
Me too.
One of them was in there.
Very excited. We know what's in there. The everlasting is in there,
Yep, the darkness.
and
The ultimate evil.
yeah, everybody inside it is dead.
Actually, no, that one guy was still alive. He was just saying, make it stop, while bashing his brains out on the wall.
Yeah, that's true.
I assume he's
That-
dead now.
That was a pretty gruesome scene, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Apparently, Enzo's big solution is, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna go find the Native American shaman corpse that's lying in the armory, and we're gonna sever the tie between her psyche and the everlasting, and that's gonna do it. Which actually might work.
If they can get to it without being controlled by whatever the fuck that is and dying.
Right. Well, I mean, the first problem lies in opening the door.
Yeah.
Sealed by a Bennett spell. Bennett spells are some of the most powerful spells, that exist, other than Esther spells.
I don't think Bonnie's gonna be too hyped to open that door.
No,
They're gonna have to trick her in some way, I think.
I
They're
don't.
gonna
I don't
have
think
to
so.
get her blood. They're gonna have to,
I
throw
don't
it
think
around
so.
a little bit.
I have
call
another
up
solution.
Valerie.
I have another solution.
Set up a trebuchet.
Mm-mm.
Okay, what's your solution?
Alaric's kids.
Oh,
Siphon.
so you siphon? That's why I said
Yeah.
Valerie. I was thinking Valerie. I don't want to bring the kids into this.
I think the kids are going to be brought into this. I think that was the whole point of the 3-year time jump.
Dang.
That they would be old enough.
Because they're not going to have them siphon them as infants. So 3-year-olds, that's a little more reasonable. It's not a good thing. You don't want to be bringing 3-year-olds into, this kind of shit. But if that's the only way in, then that's the only way in.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting. It'd be different than, always calling Valerie. Because I don't know if she's gonna come back. We might see her later on, but I don't know if she'll be coming back anytime soon.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't know.
Alaric's been willing to help out, right? And especially if that means getting into the armory where he gets to play with a bunch of ancient artifacts again, I think he'll be down for that shit.
Especially right now with Caroline being running.
Yeah. Yeah, she kind of got a Vervain abduction, by her crazy ex-boyfriend, but,
Which she accepted because she realized how shitty it was for Stefan. Even though she's still mad at him, she understands what he was going through.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really kind of terrible, too, because you see her kind of saying goodbye to the kids and to Alaric and all that without, really realizing when she's going to see them again. She knows how long that Stefan was on the run for. Like, yeah, he was sipping Mai Tais and stuff on the beach, but, you guys all jumped down his throat and everything. I don't blame the guy. If he's on the run and, he wants to take a minute to relax, do it.
I'm the one who jumped down his throat.
Well,
I
yeah.
didn't blame him.
I
at
don't
all.
remember who it was, so I
I
generalized.
wasn't on
I didn't
the episode.
blame him for running.
No, not
I
running.
blamed him
But
for that.
Yeah.
I blamed him for the way he went about it And I blame him for coming back and acting like everything's gonna be fucking handy, dory. That he can just walk back into Caroline's life and be like, "Hey, we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend again." After I disappeared for 3 years and was a fuckface.
But here we go again.
I mean, you gotta remember, it was shitty for me. I was on the run for 3 years and all that stuff. Yeah, but Reyna was locked in the armory for most of that.
He doesn't necessarily know that.
True, but you really weren't running. Like,
No.
stay on the beach sipping Mai Tais when Reyna doesn't show up with a crossbow, you know something's up.
Shut for a second. Reyna, yes, she was locked up. But she could have got out in another way. And then Stefan would be right there. You know? I mean, she could have got out at any time, and then, oh my god, Stefan's dead, because he wasn't far enough for her to catch up, kind of thing, for him to keep that distance.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Caroline's kind of realizing that now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they're kind of having that awkward, why are you getting married talk that she doesn't want to have, and she kind of admitted that there are hesitations, so I don't think all hope is lost for Stelena? Stelline? What is that?
I think there needs to be some fucking healing, or I'm gonna...
Caravan.
Like, really, Caroline?
Caravan.
2 fucking seconds,
Bless you.
you're already... 2 seconds and you're already fucking all about it again?
I don't know if she's all about it, but I think it's more of she's understanding.
No, I'm saying... No, I personally will accept it if it takes some time for her to fully forgive him.
Right.
Now, if it happens in 2 fucking seconds and she's all about it already, I'm gonna be like, really? Really?
Like, if they're playing tonsil hockey by the middle of next episode, then we got a problem.
Right. And I'll be like, Caroline, you're stupid.
I don't think she's going to stay away for very long, though, because she's not going to be that far from Bonnie. Like, Bonnie's going through some shit. Yeah, she's marked, but she's going to want to do everything she can to help her friend.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the difference between Caroline and Stefan. Stefan's willing to run. Caroline's not. She's going to run into the danger. Stefan just runs away from it.
Yep.
And this isn't the first time. There's, you guys remember season 3 when he was running away with Klaus's family in coffins and stuff? Like, he just fucking runs all the time. He doesn't stay and fight ever.
And Damon gets himself into shit.
Yeah. But, you know, so, like, this whole thing with Bonnie is, like, it's crazy, because, like, we started the episode off, and she, like, burned Enzo, snaps his neck, threw him into the fire, she rips off Caroline's head, and I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck just happened?
I was like... I just sat there for a second just going...
Okay.
Nodding like, this is a dream sequence.
Is the exact moment that, you know, yeah, she's flipping out, right? You know, she's going crazy. The moment that Caroline's head went rolling, I knew it was a dream.
Well, yeah, but still, there was that split second that was like, what the fuck just happened? And then it's like, after the initial shock comes off, you're like, okay, that was a dream, and then it cuts to a dream sequence, and you're like, okay, cool. But it was still unexpected.
There was a shock factor. That's...
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a dream sequence, that is one effective way to be like, all right, next season, none of these characters are coming back.
You know, but then we end up finding out that Bonnie's intentionally not waking up because she knew her soul was possessed by, like, this dark Reyna soul spirit thing, whatever. So she's, like, shutting her body down intentionally to like keep from waking up because she doesn't want to become this thing. You know, and you see they're all trying to figure out who should go into her psyche and try to, like, deprogram her to love vampires again. And you know, you see them. Caroline is the first one in, and you see how dark of a place that is. Like, she's sitting in, you know, the college, the lecture hall. You know, Alaric's the teacher, and, like, people are feeding off each other in the middle of class, and Alaric gets into her face and has, like, the crazy fucking original eyes that he had a couple seasons ago, and I was just like, oh shit, like, this place is insane. And then, you know, she runs out of the lecture hall, and the next room over is her college dorm. You know, it's like definitely a dream sequence. And you know, we see Caroline go in and try to reason with her, and, you know, looks like she's making some headway until Bonnie just snaps and stakes her.
And the mark.
Yeah.
different way of marking. So here's the question: is what I was wondering. Okay, when she's out of the dream sequence, can she still mark people, or how does that work? Or obviously she's just killing people.
That's a good question.
I mean, my deal was that Reyna needed the sword to mark people, and all she had to do was cut them. Even though like paper cut, but like because Bonnie is a witch, I think anything she uses can mark.
It could, but the other thing I'm thinking with that is it was a dream sequence. So maybe because everything Reyna did was in the physical world. So maybe this fucking Nightmare on Elm Street shit that's been going on, is tied exclusively to the dream. Maybe that's the only way she was able to mark them.
I don't know if they do that big of a because then she has to go to sleep to mark, and they have to be in her head, because that's the only way I think that's why they got marked, is because they were, physically putting themselves into her head. I don't think there's any other way for her to access other vampires, in whatever nobody's gonna jump into her head after this.
No.
I don't think it has to do anything with the dream sequence, because there's no way for her to physically tie herself with anybody else.
Well, she doesn't necessarily have to continue to mark people. Like we were saying, that was a Reyna thing, and it was the transfer of Reyna into Bonnie, and it was kind of the subconscious going around in the thing.
Mark is how she tracks them, though.
Correct. But, like I said, we don't necessarily need to see her mark anybody. Like, if they're going to resolve this, because next week is the finale, if they're going to resolve this, we're never going to get the answer to that.
I don't think they're going to resolve this.
So
I don't think so either.
I think it's going to carry over.
It needs to, I think, in my opinion. This could possibly be, now if everything's right and she is leaving at the end of next season, this could be something that carries over to next season, lasts the whole season, and this is maybe the end of having to kill her or something.
Yeah.
But
I think they're going to cure this, but it's going to get worse because of the poltergeist thing, the everlasting. I think that's going to end up being the big bad. I don't think it's going to be Reyna all over again. We had Reyna this season. We don't need Reyna in a different body.
The everlasting is the shaman in the casket.
Yeah,
are you thinking of the darkness, the ultimate evil the shadow that they're talking
about?
Yeah,
I thought they were synonymous.
No, they're not. No.
They referred to when the 5 or 6 shaman were in there, and way back when Reyna still had multiple lives, they referred to them as the Everlastings.
Yes.
Okay.
So the thing down in the vault is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Poltergeist, darkness, demon.
Yeah, the poltergeist thing is going to be the big bad next season.
Obviously. I mean, the cliffhanger they're going to leave us with is
whether or not that's Bonnie or not is another story, but I don't think they're going to do the Reyna thing again. I don't think she's going to be just the vampire hunter. Maybe she'll be the vampire hunter and the poltergeist at the same time.
Never said that she was going to be a hunter. I just said that, what's happening to her is going to carry over.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying the Reyna aspect of it might be gone, so we may never get an answer on whether or not she can mark people.
I think we are going to unlink her with the Everlasting, but it's not going to have the effect that they think it's going to have.
Possibly.
We don't know if she can cast spells. We have not seen her actually cast spells.
That is true.
Not. She's just been physically beating the shit out of people, which is completely badass.
Yeah, I mean, when Enzo went into her head, and we have Bonnie in the skimpy high school cheerleader costume, and she's like, of course this would be the way you see me.
She accepted him more than the other two.
Did,
yeah.
But it got bad pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Once again. But the all-time best one was Damon.
Of course it
Damon's
was.
I'm going to get her to wake the fuck up. I don't care. I'm going to use reverse psychology on her. I'm going to make her hate me, and she's going to snap out of it and wake the fuck up.
I'm going to make it so that she's going to wake up just to spite me.
Right.
And then catch me if you can.
I mean, because the whole thing was, if she didn't wake up, her body's going to die. Otherwise, they could have just let her sleep while they try to figure this out. So unfortunately they didn't have that leisure, and they had to wake her up. So, Damon on Elena's porch and reciting the letter to her. Do you think this is really what the letter said, or do you think he just made this all up?
Oh, he made that up. He wasn't... He loves Bonnie. That's why he did this. He's only said what he said to wake her up. That letter was not what he said. Not even close.
I'm thinking what he said at the stump was closer to what he probably was talking about in the letter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe that more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the whole Damon versus Bonnie battle was incredible. It's like she is trying to murder the fuck out of him, and he's just like, "Hey, calm down," kind of, thing.
Like, hey,
Which pissed her off even more, which was hilarious.
And it was kind of a really fair, evenly matched fight, which made it that much more entertaining.
like, I get it. You're mad. Calm down.
You know what? I think Damon was not fighting back the way he could. Because he knew that he could overpower her.
Yeah.
She's still mortal.
But that's why they were evenly matched, is because Damon couldn't physically do that. And, with Bonnie, it's just like you have Damon trying to break through and like be the bad guy here and take all the blame for it, and then Damon trying to like redeem himself and be the good guy, and he almost got her to like snap out of it. He almost made progress, and then she was just like, nope, and she tried to kill him. If it wasn't for Matt, Damon would be dead right now.
I like that thought process. I think I made that comment last episode that Matt be the bad guy. Matt be the big bad.
Aubrey James in chat says Matt will be the big bad. Possibly.
I hope he's the one that gets possessed.
I do too, because I made that comment last episode. It would totally throw him for a loop.
Because I think he's actually going to think it's going to help him combat Bonnie.
We already kind of talked about this last week, that Matt already is the big bad. He's the one that got all of this stuff in motion. He's the one that freed Reyna. He's the one that made all the vampires leave in the first place. Like,
he's like the evil sidekick, like the secret evil sidekick.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
No, it's it's unintentional. Like, well, some of it is intentional, but I mean,
I just don't understand why he would help Damon after hating vampires for so long.
It's not.
It's more about protecting Bonnie.
It wasn't even protecting Bonnie. It was to help Bonnie because he knows Bonnie's in a bad place, and Damon is just trying to get her away from that, to save her, to cure her. And I think Matt knows that Damon has the best chance.
Yeah.
So, in order to save Bonnie, he has to save Damon, which, he's not particularly happy about, but...
Yeah, and Matt, though, like, being the supernatural sheriff that he's been for, the last 3 years, should have looked into his tranquilizers a little bit more and researched this kind of stuff, especially with Reyna around, that, pumping all these things that's supposed to keep her occupied for 6 to 8 hours only kept her occupied for 6 to 8 minutes.
It worked on Reyna because she's human, she's not witch. That's what I think. I think, Bonnie has a little bit more uppity when it comes to things like that.
She's more uppity.
Maybe.
Well, as Damon explained, that she's died multiple times. She's come back as stronger and something different every time.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool to see Damon go off and list everything that Bonnie's been, and it's just like, I remember this one, and, I'd forgotten about one or two of them. I knew she was the anchor and all that, but...
You did this and that and that and that.
Yeah.
And hey, how about that other time?
So...
I think what he was trying to say is that you can fight this, and she was just like, I don't want to.
Right.
This feels too good. You could tell that she was enjoying the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
She did stop a little. I think she did stop for a second before she changed her mind and went to plunge it back into him, and that's when Matt shot her.
I think that was a point of realization that she really did still love him, but then the hunter instinct took back over.
Yep.
Yep.
So, Matt decides to drive her away. She wakes up. She chokes Matt out, drags him into the back seat, and we don't know Matt's fate. I'm gonna assume Matt's not dead.
No, I think she just knocked him out. Blackout.
Choked him out.
Yep.
Choked him out.
Matt doesn't die. Remember, he's the token freaking...
Yeah.
He's the token human.
I mean,
I'm helping.
That's why I hope that he is the one that gets possessed, because lately he's been a teensy bit more interesting, but that would just shoot him through the roof.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Matt Donovan, now fused with the amorphous black cloud.
I don't even think we've even seen, visions or, dreams of Matt looking evil. He's just always been Matt the human.
Right.
So can you imagine him with black eyes and just like this crazy face? Like, I've never seen him play that before.
I've seen him happy, sad, confused, and constipated. I can't say that, mad was ever in there.
Oh yeah, that face he's all...
He learned it from Tyler.
Do you guys not remember last episode when he tried to kill Stefan? Like, that was him being not mad?
He was mad. I'm not saying mad or angry.
His face does not convey anger.
There's a difference between anger and being like, evil.
Crazy evil, like psychotic sociopath, kind of like, I'm going to kill you in my eye, and like, crazily.
His anger, it looks to me more like confused disappointment.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't that the same thing as constipated?
It's like, you did this. I'm gonna fucking kill you, and it's just like, I can't even do that with that face. Like,
I don't think that's the same thing as constipated at all.
His eyebrows go together in himself.
The best constipated face ever is Yoshi.
He makes a constipated sound. There's a difference.
The face and the noise.
I don't ever see his face when he's making that.
Well, now you're gonna have to watch it.
Now I'm gonna have to really, really pay attention.
Yeah.
Because I want to see Yoshi constipated.
Yeah. So, do you guys think there's anything else in the armory besides this poltergeist darkness thing that's gonna end up fucking them over?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about fucking them over, but there's definitely gonna be a lot of shit in there.
There's a lot of stuff in there. I mean, they've been collecting for over 200 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of artifacts in there, but I think this is probably the only physical entity.
Right.
I doubt it.
Or living entity.
Yeah, I doubt it too. I bet there's other things, because we know they have the stuff where they kept Elena, for instance. I'm sure there's other shit down there.
Yeah.
I mean, this seems like the most ominous right now. But I mean, I think they have actual, I think they're kind of doing like what Lucian was doing with the werewolves. They have like some sort of experiment going on like that down deep in like basement level 13 or something.
Yeah. And since you brought up the originals, they made, another remark here with Caroline was like, I went to Klaus, and Klaus is missing. He's been gone for the last 3 years. So it's just kind of another...
So I even called Klaus for help. He's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, it's a little subtle nod to what the hell's going on right now. And, because we're 3 years in the future from what's going on in the originals right now, it's like, what's going to happen at the end of the season? It's making it more stressful. The Vampire Diaries is making the originals more stressful to me. Because not once in the originals have they actually mentioned that Klaus is going to go missing in 3 years. Both times, it's been on the Vampire Diaries.
Mm-hmm. And the only inclination to what's happening in the Vampire Diaries was when Stefan came in for the teensy bit.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I mean,
really excited
thought for
about
a second,
that.
because remember they ran and then they ended up coming back. So.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. But you guys have anything else for this episode?
Not really. I mean, it was really concise.
It's a big setup for next week for the finale.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really well.
It snuck up on me. I'm sitting here getting ready for the show, and I'm like, wait, this is episode 21. Next week, this coming week is the finale.
Well, you heard me. I thought there was 2 more episodes because I thought it was in key with the originals.
Yeah.
No, the originals took that break that 1 week.
They did, yeah.
So, next week is the finale. It is called Gods and Monsters. The Ultimate Sacrifice. Despite their best efforts to help Bonnie through a harrowing predicament she now faces, Damon, Enzo, and Caroline realize their options are running out and drastic measures need to be taken. With their only chance of saving their friend lying inside the armory, Stefan breaks the news to Caroline that they may need to help from an unlikely source.
Oh, look, who would have called this?
Her and Alaric's twin daughters. Boom, boom.
Wow.
Oh my god, what a surprise. Shocking twist.
Elsewhere, Enzo keeps Bonnie preoccupied by bringing her back to their cabin. But when his plan takes an unexpected turn, it'll be up to Damon to make the ultimate sacrifice to save his closest friends. So, there is a big rumor flying around that a major character is going to be killed off on this episode.
I think it's gonna be Enzo. I mean, he's been major. I don't know. Maybe Caroline.
Unfortunately, a lot of the reports that I'm reading are pointing in the direction of Damon.
I was just about to say, I'm like, why do I have a feeling it's Ian?
I swear to God, I'm not gonna watch anymore if he's gone.
Hey, he's died before.
Yes, but they're making it sound like it's final.
Maybe. I mean, there's no news on that yet, so.
The ultimate sacrifice. Now, we said before that we don't want him to be the big bad. He technically was the big bad, like, the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
I mean, a sacrifice could be putting himself in the position to get possessed so that he can possibly, hopefully, control the power of the supernatural entity. That would be a sacrifice to save the others.
We don't even know if supernatural creatures can be affected by this poltergeist.
Well, I'm talking about Matt.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Damon.
Oh,
No.
I was talking about Damon.
I mean, that's a sacrifice, right?
Well, it's saying that...
It says Damon's going to make the ultimate
Damon's
sacrifice.
taking the ultimate sacrifice.
Okay.
When I think ultimate sacrifice, we think death. But could it be that he takes this dark thing, whatever,
Yeah, I mean,
into him?
It doesn't always have to mean death. It just could mean, putting your well-being in risk. Like, he could just be, possibly losing himself. He knows that he's going to lose himself by doing this. That's a sacrifice.
Ultimate sacrifice, too, could possibly be something with Elena's body.
Correct.
That's true.
That was the next thing I was going to go to.
That's very true.
Because whether or not, season 8 is the final season, if Bonnie is leaving, they're going to have to come up with some plot device.
To bring Nina Dobrev back.
No, to not bring Nina Dobrev back, because she's only coming back for the final episode. That was the last thing that she said, is she will be back for the finale episode. So if Bonnie's leaving and they kill her off, they're going to have to do something where Elena's body's missing, or, it's been taken, she's been kidnapped, something, along those lines to keep her off the show for a while. But that doesn't necessarily mean Bonnie's exit means she has to die. Keep that in mind, too.
True.
Or she changes her mind, and we get the spirit to go into her. Remember we talked about this last episode, and we get evil
Psycho Bonnie or Elena.
Evil Elena with the spirit.
Yeah, there's a lot of time has passed since she left the show. She could have decided that maybe I can be a mature adult and work with Ian Summonholder and come back.
Well, it'd be like it'd be more like Katarina. I mean, if she goes evil, but I think it'd be worse.
Yeah.
Ooh. I really hope we hear something about Catherine, because
Is it Katarina, Catherine? Yeah.
Because she did just get swept away into a darkness. I'm hoping she's part of this entity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, since she's left, she's been in 2 movies now, both of which have not actually been released yet. Crash Pad, which is in post-production right now, and then next year she's going to be in Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage.
Really?
There's another Triple X movie.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. Okay.
So.
Which, are they going to forget about the second Triple X movie where they, announced midway through the movie, Xander Cage is dead. That's why Vin Diesel is not in this movie.
No, that's why it's called The Return of.
The Return of.
What is he going to be, a zombie?
You'll
Yeah,
have
okay,
to
why
watch
not?
the movie and find out.
How hard
I
is it for them to go, oh, he's really not dead. We thought he was dead, but apparently he was not dead.
He was in the witness protection program
Yeah,
because
or
he's a,
some
you know.
Come on. I think I think it's just in the movie world, everything's a soap opera. No one's ever really dead unless he's dead.
Oh my god.
Coulson's dead. Mike, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Philodrin.
Vicky, where can the people find you?
You can also find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Kim, where can the people find you?
Also on the Twitters at HUFFITY, PUFFITY. Unless there's a body, I don't believe it.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. You can also find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Until next week for the finale. See you guys later.
Bye.
Sometimes even at the end, but the end ain't best, because you know what? People switch buttons. Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a second Triple X movie.
Doesn't it have like Ice Cube in it or something?
I think it is.
Cubes, yeah.
I just wish he would melt.